What's up, guys? Wolfgang back with another Dorkfish review, and today we are looking at the figure obscura for Horsemen, Frankenstein's creature. Guys, let's get into it. Alright, and this character should need no introduction, but it is based off of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, the creature from the book, brought back to life from different body parts by Victor Frankenstein, the doctor. And this is what we get, an amazing figure with an interesting likeness described in the book. He comes with a lot of accessories. There's a lot to go through, so I'll try to be as fast and detailed as possible because this will be a long review otherwise. So, that being said, we're going to go ahead and jump in to the box and accessories. Alright, and this box is huge, guys. There's a lot of stuff that comes in it, so it makes sense, but it is just so hard to display. I had to take down my diode to show off the box. But, here it is. This is the front, which actually panels off. It's got magnets on both sides, which allows to show you the inside. You've got some lightning. Let me just get in the way of the shot there. Boom, you've got some lightning effects in the background you can probably use for a photo, as well as you've got some stuff around the sides. On the back, you've got a display of the picture and a little briefing of Frankenstein. And in this thing, you also have another diorama kind of setup so that you can kind of display with. Like I said, it just magnets right in. Boom. And then lastly, it also comes with this cool little booklet. And this booklet pretty much tells you about the monster, and there's some passages near the end about the actual book itself, as well as some art. It's pretty cool. But that is all of the box. Now let's get into the accessories. Alright, and going through accessories, he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 technically head sculpts. This skull one right here, which will pop onto any mythic legion, looks very good. He's got a few different hands, like this skeleton hand. He's got the hands that are on him currently. Those come on him in package. His feet are interchangeable. Those are not the feet that come on him in package. He actually comes with his boots on him in package. And they are very well textured, very well detailed. These suckers are great. He's got left and right kind of stylistic hands. And look at the paint. Get that in the focus. Yeah, look at that. Such great detail, such a great sculpt, great wash. So this hand a little bit different, not quite the same style, but still very detailed, very well done. And I like that there's a difference in coloration from the thumb area because it's a different hand stitched on. Such great attention to detail. You've got this kind of, very decayed head, I would say. Parts of skull and all showing. You've got this head here, kind of an angry head. Look at that sculpt. Wow, is it beautiful. Great job, and I like that around the ear. Split going into the top of the head. Great job there. Of course, you've got a more neutral head here. I love this. This looks amazing, and it's nice and consistent all the way around. And then you have the hands and head that come on him in package, so the hair does not come off. Wow, look at that detail. Great job. And then for other accessories, you get the table in which everything is on. You also get this table here that he lays on. And it's done well enough. Could probably use a little more paint. They've got a little bit of wash in there, but well enough. And it does tilt and move just fine. You've got these straps that strap across the top, like such. Just peg it in. And yeah, the detail on this is fantastic. The paint chipping, everything about this looks great. The wheel on it, both sides, boop, boop. It's a heavy ratchet. Falls right back into line pretty easy. Woo, almost knocked my light over there. He comes with a few clothing accessories. The pants do come off because you pop the waist apart. And you can interchange and put this part on the waist. I find it to be a pain in the rear to do, so I'm not going to do it for the video. But just know that you can pop the waist apart and put that on. Pretty standard with Mythic Legion stuff. And you've got this pliable jacket, very well detailed. I like how the fur has a lot of sculpt and a lot of paint work going on. You got the stitching around the jacket, just like he is stitched together, so is his clothes, which I love. Kind of gives me a little bit of a Nosferatu feel too, with the fur around it. You've got these books. So you got one book here. There we go, in focus. Another book. And then this one looks to be like the journal. And you see the detail in and around the book. You've got 3 of these items. Now, I don't really know what these are. Someone feel free to comment down below and let me know. I'm not certain. You've got chains. You've got 2 of each. This one goes around the wrist. You've got 2 of these. And these go around the legs and feet. Those are well done. You've got this coil right here, coil conductor. You've got this crank here. And then you've got 3 of these items right here. So they're different sizes. They pop up and you can put things like the hands, skeleton hands, some of the heads and other stuff in these kind of containments. I do like, it's tough to see, but you got the wash to make it look like it's wood. And a round dome one, and this one's the best one for putting a head in. And I think, let me double check, yep, that's everything. So that's all that comes with him, which is still a lot of great accessories. I've already done photos with them, and I'm going to do more. You just get a lot of bang for your buck on this one. So definitely, they killed it on this. But now, we're going to get into aesthetic. And aesthetically speaking, this figure is phenomenal. If you are not familiar with Mythic Legions, with 4 Horsemen in general, they do a lot of highly detailed stuff. They've done a lot of really cool IPs as well. Like this one, obviously, and like the Headless Horseman. They do a lot of amazing kind of fantasy stuff. Vampires, dwarves, goblins, skeletons, elves, you name it. In terms of that stuff, they do a lot of amazing work. They're detailed, they're very articulate, and they come with a lot of good stuff. And a lot of their stuff is interchangeable. That's the cool thing, is you can mix and match and interchange a lot of the stuff that comes with each individual figure. So it makes it really cool to collect them because you can do so much with them. So that being said, the detail on this figure. Now in the book, he is described as having yellow skin. I know everyone thinks green, but he is described as having yellow skin and black hair, black long hair. So this is very nicely done. I like the sculpt of the hair. There's a wash in it, which looks great, stands out. The stitching all the way around him. The eyes, the face, everything. You got all that around the arm. Hand. Even if you take the pants off his legs, I'll just pull one of the pants legs up. Just so you can see all the way around. Toes, his fingernails being blackened. I mean, just fantastic. The back, nice musculature, nice paint, scarring, and cutting of the back. They just did a really good job. Aesthetically, this figure is fantastic. He looks great. He is huge, which you don't want a little Frankenstein's monster, so I'm okay with. Ooh, this ankle was just a touch loose, so there it went. I'll just pause and be right back. Anyway, he is just aesthetically beautiful. They did an amazing job. He looks great. The wash, the sculpting, everything. I couldn't complain about any of the aesthetics across any of the accessories either. Everything is just on par, but it should be. It's for Horsemen, Mythic Legions, and they do phenomenal work. So that being said, though, let's see how he articulates. All right, and in articulation, we're going to start. He's got a ball peg and hinged neck. The hair is pliable, so it doesn't really get in the way. So you can have him look down that far, have him look up pretty well. Turning is fine. Got some attitude there. Hair doesn't really stop it. Obviously, the articulation is a little better with the other heads, but shoulder goes out to about that far. Rotates all the way around, as it should. Bend at the elbow joint. Swivel. Boom. And then you've got a peg and hinge for the wrist. Goes pretty well all the way around. For the waist joint, it's a ball joint, so it swerves around, swivels around pretty good. So you get pretty good crunch in, pretty good crunch back, side to side. Legs, even with the pants, pretty much so a Spider-Man split. Kick all the way up. You've got a thigh cut in there, so it turns just fine. You've got a single jointed knee that also rotates at the knee joint. And then you've got your ankle, which can spin. And then, boom. So that far up, that far down, and then you've got an ankle rocker in there. Let me show you right quick how to change these out, by the way, for the boots, so you can see what it looks like with the boots on. Just going to show you right quick. Foot pops out. It's a peg right there. Boom. And then you just get the boot. And they are labeled left and right on the peg. And then you just peg it in. Boom. Just like that. And then showing you articulation. The boot goes up about that far, which is not bad. Goes down about that far before it starts to catch. And then pegs out. So you gotta be careful, but you got a little bit of a swivel. Not a lot. A little more limited with the boot, but you get a little more height with the boot too. So it looks good on him too. And the ankles on the boot hold just a touch better than, he's leaning, but it holds a touch better than the feet. So that is his articulation. And that's all there is for articulation. And I think it's fantastic. He moves well, poses just how I want him to, looks great while posing. I mean, I think they nailed him. And also, I made this change real quick so you can see what he looks like with the jacket and all on. Kind of a final look. And he looks amazing. I think he looks fantastic. I think that they did an amazing job with this figure. Could not be happier with him. That being said, now let's go ahead and go into some scaling. So here he is against an average Mezco 1/12 scale body. I made a mock Frankenstein for the shoot. I think it turned out pretty good. Here he is next to the TMNT crossover Dracula Shredder. I don't think they look too bad in scale. They're pretty good together. Here he is next to NECA's Gillman from Creature of the Black Lagoon. And last but not least, here he is next to a Marvel Legends Hulk. Alright, and final thoughts on this figure. I think aesthetically he is fantastic. I don't mind the scale on this at all. I think it comes with great accessories. There's not a lot that I think could have been done differently. If I had one thing I would change, I would make it where the hair could pop off and fit on each of the heads. But otherwise, I think he is immaculately done. I am very, very pleased with this figure. Now, I happen to grab my figure here from Second Chance Toys and Collectibles. You should check them out if you are in the Kennesaw, Marietta or Atlanta area. They're a fantastic toy store for everything retro all the way up to modern. And you should follow them on Facebook and check out their YouTube and eBay. So that being said, I'm going to bring this review to an end. I highly suggest this figure, guys. If you are looking for an amazing Frankenstein monster with tons of accessories that you can articulate and move around and change the look up on, you can do it with this figure all day. So highly suggest him. I think he's amazing. I believe he's gone back up for pre-order on BBTS and some other places, or if you see him out in the wild, snatch him up. He's very worth it. That being said, I'm going to bring this review to an end. I hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. Have a killer day. Wolfgang's out. Later, guys.